Hello everyone, my name is Astha. I welcome you all to our classes for International English Olympiad for class 8th. Today is our 17th class in the series and it is going to be a pretty lengthy and pretty important one as well, because what we're going to do is tenses. Now tenses is a very important topic because it serves sort of as a backbone of the language, because if you use the incorrect tense at some place, then it may completely change the meaning of the sentence. So make sure you understand all the tenses in detail. Alright, let's get started.
So the first question that comes to my mind is, what exactly are tenses? Right? So tenses are nothing but an important tool that tell us what? That tell us when the action happens. And the words which actually tell us the action were verbs. So these verbs are formulated as per the tenses. Now these verbs, you have to understand the cycle. The verbs tell us about the action, and these tenses, they tell us about when that action happens. Right? So verbs and tenses, they go hand in hand. There can be no verbs without any tenses. There can be no tenses without verbs. So both of them go hand in hand. Let's start. Now there are three main verb tenses. What are these? Let's see. First is present. Present means the current situation, the current time, that is present, and it is the original verb form. It is the original verb form. Second is past. Past means something that has happened previously. The past form of the verb is used, and how the past form is understood, and what is the past form of the verb, which is what we will do in the upcoming class as well. So first is the present tense, second is the past tense, and the third one is and for these three forms that we discussed, there are going to be four subcategories of each, which is simple form, continuous form, perfect form, and perfect continuous form. Which means like for present, we'll have present simple, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. This will be valid for all the three tenses, like present, past, and future. Okay, we'll discuss all of them in detail. Alright, so now we start off with what is present simple and what is present continuous. So, what are their usages? Now, present simple is used when we're talking about some general truths. जैसे we're talking about some obvious facts. For example, here हम एक general truth की बात कर रहे हैं कि it generally rains in July in Delhi. जुलाई में आपने देखा होगा कि यूजुअली दिल्ली में बारिश होती है, तो एक जनरल ट्रूथ है, एक ऑब्वियस फैक्ट है. सो फॉर दैट वी यूज, for these kind of situations we use present simple. Similarly, for present continuous हम यूज करते हैं उसे for referring to the actions happening now. जो actions अभी के अभी right now which are happening right now, जो अभी in process हैं, जो अभी continued हैं. So present continuous. For example, she is reading a book. मतलब वो अभी एक बुक रीड कर रही हैं. She is in between process है, right? अभी चल ही रहा है वो process. So present simple for general truths, like it generally rains in July in Delhi. And then present continuous for actions happening now. For example, she is reading a book. All right, now let's see next. So next we have simple present and present continuous key formation. Now these formations we will be discussing in detail in the next few slides. एक बस छोटा सा you should understand that present simple कैसे form होता है? Subject plus either the verb, the first form, or verb and s or es. Now here we have an example. I read the newspaper every morning. Now I is the subject, then read is the verb. So verb की जो first form है that is used, या फिर जब s या es कब लगता है ये हम next slides में देखेंगे. Complete formation of present simple. अभी बस आपको छोटा सा ये देखना है कि subject plus verb या फिर verb with s or es and the object which is the newspaper every morning. All right. Then for the rest of it, like here we have subject, then we have am or is or are. ये कब कब use होते हैं? This is also something that we will see in the next few slides. And then verb की ing form. For example, in present continuous you see I is the subject, then am, and then reading. Read is the verb and the ing form is reading. So the correct formation is subject plus am or is or are plus verb ing. All right. So एक basic overview हमने slide में क्या सीखा कि present simple हम use करते हैं when we talk about general truths, कोई obvious facts जैसे generally rains in July in Delhi, या फिर it is generally cold in it is generally cold in December in India. And present continuous जो अभी actions हो रहे हैं. For example, जैसे she is reading a book, या फिर हम और क्या example दे सकते हैं? अभी what are you doing? You are studying English, so that is also present continuous. What am I doing? I am teaching English. That is also present continuous. Now these are the actions which are happening now, जो अभी हो ही रहे हैं, जो start हो चुके हैं और अभी हो रहे हैं पर अभी खत्म नहीं हुए हैं, right? So that's it. Now let's move on to the next slide. Now we have the simple present tense rules. Now these simple present tense rules, as I told you, they are about कि formation कैसे होती है in simple present tense. Now for the is, am, are verbs, which means when we are talking about to be, when we are talking about a state of being, those verbs. Remember verbs क्या क्या बताते थे हमें? Verbs हमें बताते थे कोई action, कोई occurrence या फिर कोई state of being. So is, am, are verbs, they tell us a state of being. तो उसमें when do we use these? जैसे I के लिए we use am, I am an English teacher. And for the other person we use he or she के लिए he or she is an English teacher. And for they, for plural we use are, they are English teachers. All right. So that's for the is, am, are verbs. And for the other verbs, either we use the first form of the verb or we put in S or ES accordingly. For example, here you see alongside I, we get I teach English. Right, the first form of the verb. And then with he, we use he teaches. And then with they teach English. Alright, so we sometimes use S or ES with verbs. Alright, and here we use is, am, are verbs. These are the basic rules. Now let's move on to more formation of more further details in the formation of the simple present. Alright, so here we will be doing for simple present positive, negative and question sentences. Let's start. Now here you see I, you, he, she, it. All these are singular. Then we, you, they. All these are plural. Then I, first person. You is second person. He, she, it. All these are third person. We is first person. You is second person. They is third person. So here with the first singular person, we use the subject and the verb original form. Start, subject plus verb. And then for the second person, same subject and the original form of the verb. Similarly, for the third person, now this is different. For the third person, what happens is the subject, he, she, it, and the verb with S. Now, this is the verb which we are using is to start. Suppose if we would have used another verb like teach, then we would have used ES instead of S. So ES, teaches, he teaches, she teaches, it teaches. So it would have been ES instead of S. So for the third singular person. Now for the plural, it remains the same, the subject and the verb. Alright, the original form. That is for the positive sentences. Now we move to the negative sentences. Negative sentences, we insert either do not or does not. Now for the third singular person, we insert does not. What do we insert? Does not. Here. Alright. And for the rest of them, we insert do not. But one thing that you have to remember is, in the third person here, we don't have S or ES. You see, because this S and ES, this is already included in the do, to do. The verb here becomes to do. And start becomes the second verb. So the verb here becomes to do. And this ES is included in here, does. Alright, so this verb start, this remains in the original form. Right, for the singular and the plural both. Now for the question. Question again, it starts with do I start, do you start, does he start. So here again, does in the third singular form, and for the rest it remains do. And the verb also remains in the infinitive form, the original form, start, start, start. Do I start? Do you start? Does he start? Does she start? Does it start? Then for plural, do we start? Do you start? Do they start? Alright, now this chart is very important for your simple present. Let's move on. So now we have present continuous. So let's see how are we going to do present continuous now. Here, positive sentences, negative sentences and questions. Alright. So again, now this is all singular and this is what? Plural. Right? And this is the third person. First person, second person and the third person. Similarly for plural, first person, second person and third person. Now here the formation, as I told you, was what? The subject plus either am or is or are, and then what? Then the verb, and then verb with the verb what is formed? ing. Alright, so let's see. In the positive first person, we start with I am, right? And then the verb is start plus ing. Am is used with I. Then for the second person, you, and what is used? Are. And the verb start plus ing. You are starting. Then for the third person, subject and is, and verb plus ing. He is starting, she is starting, it is starting. Then for the plural, first person, we are starting, verb plus ing. Then the second person, you are starting, and the third person, they are starting. For the negative, now here we insert an not. We insert a not, that I am not starting. And all we have to do is insert a not. Here, not. He is not starting. She is not starting. It is not starting. We are not starting. You are not starting. They are not starting. Alright, then for questions, we begin with the verb. We start with the verb and go on like, am I starting? Are you starting? Is he starting? Is she starting? Is it starting? Are we starting? Are you starting? Are they starting? Alright, now this is all for the present continuous formation. Alright, so now we have a few more usages, that when do we use present simple and when do we use present continuous. Let's see. Now present simple indicates your present habits, whatever your ongoing habits are. For example, we have the wild animals, they prefer to live in their natural habitat. This is a present habit for the wild animal subject, and the verb is prefer, and then the object. Alright, but for present continuous, when we talk about habits as always, that for example, she is always coming to class late. So how did we form this? Subject plus either we use is or am or are, then we have inserted an always, and coming, which means come plus ing verb and the ing form and the object. Alright, so present habits are indicated by present simple and always habits are indicated by present continuous. Let's move on. Now when we are talking about some timetable events, like some things which are set as per the timetable, like my aunt's family arrives at 12 noon today. Right, this is a timetable event. So for that we use present simple. Then for some kind of future arrangements, but immediate. Alright, immediate future arrangements which you are planning right now or which you are talking about right now. Like my friend is planning to meet me in the evening. So this is your future arrangement, but you're talking about it right now. You know that we are planning to do this. So we are still planning. This is a continuous thing which is happening. And again, for always also, this is also a continuous thing. She's always coming to class late. मतलब अभी भी वो habit continued ही है, right? This arrangement is also अभी भी continued. Yep, the planning is still going on, right? You're planning to meet me in the evening. This is the broad difference between present simple and present continuous. All right. Alright, now we have present perfect and present perfect continuous. We did present simple and present continuous. Now present perfect and present perfect continuous. When are they used? Present perfect is used when we're talking about any action which is finished. Like here, we're talking about it in the present and it has just finished. Like the kids have played for 3 hours. So how is it formed? The subject, the kids, and have or has as per the subject have, and verb 3, V3, played. Whatever V1, V2, V3, we are going to do it in the end. Just letting you know that V3 form, which is the past participle form. The kids have played for 3 hours. Then here, present perfect continuous talks about unfinished actions formed with subject plus have or has plus been plus verb plus ing. Now here you see the kids have, the kids is the subject, have to be used, then been, and then verb is play, the ing form, playing since 4 p.m. So it is an action which hasn't finished, which means the kids are still playing, right? So we use present perfect continuous for an action that is still continuing, that is unfinished. Okay, so present perfect and present perfect continuous. All right. So here we have the positive, negative, and question. The interrogative formation for present perfect tense. Like I told you, we have the subject plus have or has, and then the third form, which is the V3, the past participle. This is the first person, second person, then third person male, third person female, third person neutral, first person plural, second person plural, and third person plural. And this is positive, negative, and interrogative. Alright, so you see I have seen, or I haven't seen, or have I seen. So you see, this is how we will be forming. This is how we have conjugated the verb to see. It is the verb being conjugated here. Like for first person singular, I have seen, I haven't seen, have I seen. Then for second person singular, you have seen, you haven't seen, or have you seen. And then for the third person male, female, neutral remains the same obviously. He, she, it has seen or hasn't seen, or has he seen, has she seen, has it seen. Then we have first person plural, we have seen, we haven't seen, have we seen. Then the second person plural and singular both remain the same. You have seen, you haven't seen, or have you seen. Then we have the third person plural. They have seen, they haven't seen, or have they seen. Alright, so this is how we are going to form the present perfect tense, which is, you see, with the V3 form. Okay, in the second category, which is the negative one, you just have to add not, and here you put have or has first, then the subject, and then the V3. All right, this was present perfect. Now here we have present perfect continuous. Like here, for first person singular, I have been starting, I haven't been starting. The question would be, have I been starting? So here which verb it is? Start, to start. Present perfect continuous. Then second person singular and second person plural will remain the same. You have been starting, you haven't been starting, or have you been starting. Then the third person, male, female, neutral, has been starting, hasn't been starting, or he or she, whatever, been starting. Alright. Then the first person plural, we have been starting, we haven't been starting, or have we been starting. And then the third person plural, they have been starting, they haven't been starting, and have they been starting. Alright, so here you see we have subject and then have or has been in the verb ing. Then for the negative you have the subject, have or has, then not, because it is negative, been, and verb plus ing. And for question you either have or has, then the subject, then been, and verb ing. Alright, so this is the formation for present perfect continuous. Here let's see a few more uses for present perfect and present perfect continuous so that you have a clarity as to when they are used. Like present perfect is used when you're talking about any permanent actions. Like I have lived here for 3 years, it's a permanent action. But for temporary actions, like I have been taking this class since half hour. So for that we use present perfect continuous. Then we have when we have to emphasize on the result. Like my brother has done his homework. So we're emphasizing on the result that he has completed the homework. So we use present perfect. But if we have to emphasize the duration, then we use present perfect continuous, like he has been doing this work or the work since morning. Alright, so this is the broad usage, different usage between present perfect and present perfect continuous. Alright. So now we have done present tense and now it's time to move on to the past tense. Let's start. Alright, so when do we use simple past and when do we use past continuous? Let's see. Now, simple past is used to indicate completed actions in the past. The actions जो past में हुए पर वो कंप्लीट हो चुके हैं. All right. And also some habits and facts of the past. जो पुरानी बातें हैं, कोई फैक्ट जो पास्ट में हो चुका है, जो हैबिट जो पास्ट की है. सो बेसिकली पास्ट की जो चीजें होती हैं, जो एक्शन जो कंप्लीट हो गया, या फिर कोई हैबिट जो थी पास्ट में, या फिर कोई फैक्ट तो था पास्ट का. एग्जाम्पल, आई वेंट टू द पूल यस्टरडे. अब ये एक एक्शन था जो मैंने कल कंप्लीट कर लिया. मतलब कि मैं कल आई वेंट टू द पूल यस्टरडे, मैं कल पूल पे गया था या गई थी, और वो जो एक्शन था वो कल ही कंप्लीट हो गया. राइट, कल होके आ गई. सो आई वेंट and this is the completed action in the past. All right. Now next example could be, when I was young, I always visited my grandparents' place during summer. Now here, this is also a fact and habit of the past कि जब भी during summer I always visited, मैं हमेशा visit करता था, पर ये past की बात है. Right? This is the habit and fact of the past. So when I was young, I always visited my grandparents' place during summer. This is for the simple past. Now for past continuous, past का कोई interrupted action, जैसे here जैसे और क्या लिखा है, specific time as an interruption and parallel actions. जैसे मैं आपको एग्जांपल देती हूँ कि I was doing my homework when the bell rang. I was doing my homework. ये हो गया past continuous कि मैं अपना होमवर्क कर रही थी, पास्ट में कर रही थी अपना होमवर्क, और फिर क्या हुआ, ये एक्शन इंटरप्ट हो गया. राइट, when the bell rang. तो मैं प्रोसेस में थी अपना होमवर्क करने के कि अचानक से वो इंटरप्ट हुआ, और क्या हुआ, the bell rang. So an interrupted action is represented by past continuous. कोई past का. Right. Then the other one, I was driving my car when the car crashed. This is, just ignore this. I was driving my car when the car crashed. तो मैं अपनी कार ड्राइव कर रही थी. This is also past continuous. और फिर क्या हुआ, वो एक्शन इंटरप्ट हुआ, एक पैरेलल एक्शन हुआ, which is when the car crashed. Right? So simple past जो है, कोई एक्शन जो कंप्लीट हो चुका है, जो हैबिट थी या फैक्ट था पास्ट का. और पास्ट कंटिन्यूअस, जो कंटिन्यूसली एक्शन जो पास्ट में हो रहा था पर वो इंटरप्ट हो गया. कोई स्पेसिफिक टाइम एज एन इंटरप्शन एंड पैरेलल एक्शंस. All right, so this is the usage of simple past and past continuous. So now we have the patterns of simple past tense for regular verbs. अब simple past tense की जो formation है, हम regular verbs के लिए करेंगे और irregular verbs के लिए करेंगे. तो सबसे पहले हम regular verbs के लिए कर लेते हैं. Affirmative sentences मतलब positive sentences, पर regular verbs की बात हो रही है यहाँ पे. Okay, let's see. Here कैसे formation होती है, the subject plus the verb and ed. जैसे the verb is skip, so the subject I and skip and ed, skipped. Right. Similarly यहाँ पे he होता या she होता तो he skipped, she skipped, they skipped, you skipped, we skipped and they skipped. All right. So this is for the positive. Then again negative है. Negative के लिए did not. Subject plus did not. Did not क्योंकि past का हम बता रहे हैं. Did not plus the infinitive without to. Infinitive मतलब the original form of the verb. जैसे the subject, जैसे हमने example लिया है they. They didn't या did not go. So the verb here is go and it is formed with did not go. सो आपको डिड नॉट के साथ बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है ये याद रखना कि डिडंट या डिड नॉट के साथ जो है वो ओरिजिनल फॉर्म ही लगेगा. यहाँ पे गो का भी हम पास्ट टेंस नहीं लगा देंगे कि डिड नॉट वेंट. This will be did not go only. Okay, the infinitive form only. This is very important. So many people make mistakes in this one. This is one of the most important aspects. So subject जैसे I didn't go, you didn't go, he, she, it didn't go, we didn't go, they didn't go. All right, this is negative. Next we move on to interrogative, matlab questions. So here तो we start with did only, right? We start with the verb did plus subject and then the infinitive without to. Again the same rule applies here. The infinitive without to, यहाँ पे past form नहीं use होता verb का, यहाँ पे infinitive, the original form is used only. So did I arrive? Did you arrive? Did he, she, it arrive? Did we arrive? Did you arrive? Did they arrive? So did and the subject and the infinitive without to. All right. In one more category, this is pretty easy. ये आपको समझ आ गया तो ये वाला भी बहुत आसानी से समझ आ जाएगा. Interrogative negative. Interrogative negative में didn't, did not plus the subject plus the infinitive without to. The same thing here applies. Didn't I play? Didn't you play? Didn't he play? Didn't she play? Didn't it play? Didn't we play? Didn't you play? Didn't they play? All right. So this is the patterns of simple past tense for regular verbs. All right, now let's move on. So now these are a few examples for the regular verbs. जैसे यहाँ पे verb है to be. Here the verb is to have. This some action possession बता रहे हैं. Do telling some occurrence. Be telling about a state of being. So for be, we use. So for be, we say, we can form it as I was, you were, he, she, it was, we were, you were, they were. All right, this is the past tense, simple past tense for the regular verbs that we're talking about. Then for have, all the formations are in had. And for do, all the formations are in did. Alright, now these are a few basic verbs जो आपको पता होने चाहिए कि कैसे इनका past tense में formation होती है. Be, to have and to do. Alright. Alright, so now these are a few examples of simple past. Just you see, they weren't in Rio last summer. So simple past, negative, they were not. Right, यहाँ पे to be का conjugation हो रही है in the past tense. They were not in Rio last summer. Completed action in the past कि last summer Rio में थे ही नहीं, action complete हो गया. Similarly, possession के लिए we did not have any money. Right? अब वैसे तो have के लिए क्या होता है? Had होता है. Right? Past में अभी हमने पिछली slide पे देखा had. पर यहाँ पे हम didn't have क्यों use कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि हमने सीखा था कि we didn't have did not के साथ हम infinitive form use करते हैं, the original form. I had नहीं use करेंगे. Had तब use करते जब हम बोलते without didn't, जैसे we had money, अगर didn't नहीं होता तब हम had यूज करते, अभी didn't है तो हम have यूज करेंगे. Alright, now here we didn't have time to visit the Eiffel Tower. Again, then we didn't do our exercises this morning. Now again, this is a question, interrogative. Were they? The interrogative word, then the subject, were they in Iceland last January? Then the other one, did you have a bicycle? Did you do much climbing in Switzerland? Alright, these are a few examples आपको बस clarify करने के लिए. Now let's move on. Alright, so here we have some irregular verbs. Now the irregular verbs जैसे to go, इनका जो है हम past, सिंपल past का एक past participle होता है. जैसे to go का past tense में होगा went, right? So I went, she went, he went, they went, you went, we went, so went. But जैसे एग्जाम्पल है he went to a club last night. बट अगर हम इसे did के साथ यूज कर रहे हैं, did के साथ क्या यूज होगा? The infinitive form. I am stressing on this again and again that you have to really remember this. With did, we will be using the infinitive form. Like, did he go to the cinema last night? So this is the past tense, but did के साथ go, the original form is only used. Then he didn't go to bed early last night. Didn't के साथ the original form. Similarly, for the next one, to give, इसमें the past participle is gave. We gave her a doll for her birthday. The rest of them did के साथ didn't जब आ रहा है. They didn't give, which means the original form. They didn't give John their new mattress. For question also, did Barry give, which means the original form. Did Barry give you my passport? And for the rest of them, we use gave when there is no did to be used. I gave her, you gave, he gave, she gave, it gave, we gave, you gave, they gave. Alright, we use gave. Then for similarly to come, the word to be used in the past tense is came. I came, you came, it came, he came, she came, we came, you came, they came. Alright? But again, we didn't. This is the negative. Negative में क्या होगा? We didn't come because it was raining. And then for the question, did he come? मतलब यहाँ पे हमारा original form. So only in the positive sentences, you see in the जब हम affirmative positive sentences की बात कर रहे हैं तो हमारा जो past participle word है, go का went, give का gave, to come का came. उसमें हम use करते हैं past participle and otherwise we use with did and the infinitive without to. Alright, these are the irregular verbs. Now let's move on. Okay, now there are a few verbs जो अपने past tense में भी same रहते हैं. जैसे हमने काफी verbs करे, जैसे give का gave हो गया, I am का I was हो गया, he is का he was हो गया, we are का we were हो गया, इस तरीके से. But कुछ verbs हैं जो same रहते हैं, जैसे we have hit का hit ही रहता है, I hit, present में भी and पास्ट में भी I hit ही रहेगा, कॉस्ट का कॉस्ट, हर्ट का हर्ट ही रहेगा, कट का कट रहेगा, पुट का पुट रहेगा. All right, now these are a few verbs which stay the same. All right, now the past continuous tense. First of all, the positive sentences, how are they formed? Subject plus was or were plus verb plus ing. For example, she was, sleep is the verb and ing. She was sleeping all morning. Now the other examples could be I was sleeping all morning, and with you we would use were. You were sleeping all morning. Then she was sleeping all morning. We again, with we were sleeping all morning. They were sleeping all morning. Alright, so positive works like this. Then for negative sentences, negative could be subject plus was or were, similar like this, and then not. We include a not in here. And everything else remains the same. We just have to insert a not in the middle. For example, she was not reading the book. We're talking about past continuous tense, right? So she, subject, plus was or were, plus not. Reading the book. Read is the verb and ing. Then we have question. The third category is the question. Here we start with the verb, either was or were, then the subject plus verb ing. Example, were you sleeping in the class? Remember, with you we use were, and with they also we use were. Were they sleeping in the class? Or were you sleeping in the class? And for say the singular second person, we could say, was she sleeping in the class? Alright, so this is the formation. Was a word plus subject plus verb plus ing. This is the formation for the past continuous tense. Now we have various usages and examples for the past continuous tense. Let's see. Past continuous tense is used to describe any parallel actions. Parallel actions like, now the bell rang. Rang is what? Is the past form of ring, and it is used for, this is past, simple past. But while I was doing what? Which action was interrupted? While I was reading. Now reading was the interrupted action, which means I was reading, alright. I was reading and then उसमें एक parallel action हुआ और उससे interrupt हुआ, and that parallel action is described in simple past. The bell rang. Okay. So जो action जो interrupt हुआ है, so जो action जो interrupt हुआ है, that is used in past continuous. Alright. Now next, we have an interrupted action in the past. Similarly, interrupted action कोई हुआ, जैसे I was eating. I was eating, and when what happened? When I heard a loud thud. Alright. So again, which is the interrupted action? The interrupted action is I was eating. और अचानक से एक loud thud हुआ. So this action which is interrupted is eating, and that is in past continuous. Alright, then next, to describe action being done in past. जो action past में हो रहा था. Alright, for example, I was working all day long. मतलब पूरे दिन continuously I was working. So the action was being done. Alright. और अगर मुझे ये बोलना होता कि मैंने कल काम किया है, I completed this work. So I will say I worked yesterday, I completed my work yesterday. So that will be simple past. And this is past continuous. Why? Because we are telling about an action being done. Alright. Now to show any kind of repetition and irritation. Here I'm sorry, there's a spelling error. For repetition between P and T, we get E. So to show any repetition or irritation, example, why are you always complaining? So complain and ing, the past continuous form. So when is past continuous used? Describe parallel actions, to show any interrupted action in the past, to describe action being done in the past, or to show any repetition and irritation. Alright, let's move on. Okay, so now we have past perfect and past perfect continuous. Past perfect is formed with had plus the past participle. Past participle is what? V3. And the past perfect continuous is formed with had been plus the verb ing. Because whenever there's continuous, you have to put in verb plus ing. Okay, be it continuous or perfect continuous in any of the forms, present, past, or future. Any of these, you have to use verb plus ing. So when is past perfect used? It is used for a past action that has already finished when another action happened. Alright, like let's see an example. After I had completed my work, I went to play. Okay, so here you see both the actions have happened in the past. Okay, this person, for example me, I completed my homework also in the past and I went to play also in the past. So both the actions are of the past. But which action happened first in the past? The action that happened first was that I completed my work. So the action which happened first is used in past, is conjugated in past perfect. Like here, after I had completed my work. This is past perfect, and then here went to play. This is simple past we are using. Alright, then past perfect continuous is used for a past action which continued to happen after another action in past. Like here, I had been listening to music when my mother came home. So here you see this action, like I was listening to music. So you see, suppose this is the action of me listening to music. So my mother came home when this action was happening, right? This action was continuous. So during this action, my mother came home. So that's when we use past perfect continuous. Like I had been listening. Alright. So I hope you understood the broad difference. Past perfect is used for an action that has already happened and actually happened before the action, which means जो ज़्यादा पुरानी बात है, for that we use past perfect. And we use past perfect continuous, like when an action was which continued to happen after another action in the past. All right. Okay, so here we have past perfect tense and its formation in positive, negative, and interrogative. This is the first person singular. I had started, I hadn't started, and question would be had I started? Here which verb are we conjugating? Start, to start. Now similarly, you can go on for all of these, but you see how the formation goes is subject plus had plus the V3 form, the past participle. Then for the negative, subject had not, okay, because we're talking about a negative sentence. Then V3 again. Then here in the questions in interrogative form, we use had plus the subject plus V3. Valid for all these, like whether you say first person singular, second person, or the third person, or first person plural, second person plural, or the third person plural. Alright. Okay, so here we have past perfect continuous. Here the verb that is conjugated is work. Now in any continuous form, we have the verb plus ing. Okay, always remember that. Whenever there is an ing, that is one of the continuous forms. Then here the formation is subject plus had plus been plus verb ing. Then for negative, it is the subject, then had not. Okay, not, why? Because we're talking about a negative sentence. Then been and the verb ing. Alright, then for the other interrogative, start with had, then the subject, been and verb ing. Alright, so this is valid for all these forms, whether be it singular, plural, first person, second person, or third person. Alright. Alright, here we have a few more uses of past perfect and past perfect continuous to tell you the differences. Like what past perfect does is, it shows you two linked events. Okay, like I couldn't walk properly because I had hurt my leg. So it is linking, and it is linking these two events, and also which action happened first? Which action happened first here? I had hurt my leg. So this one is conjugated in past perfect. Then here, in past perfect continuous, it focuses on the cause of past action. Like since I had been walking for 2 hours. I had been walking. Right. My feet were sore. Right. So here, past perfect emphasizes result in the past. The team had won the match before the scandal surfaced. Team had won. So this is past perfect emphasizing the result, and past perfect continuous focuses on the duration, which is he had been cleaning. Right. He had been cleaning since morning, so he slept like a baby. So this focuses on the duration. All right. Alright, so now we will be starting off with future tense. We have done broad categories of past tense and present tense. Now we will move on towards future tense. Alright, let's start.
Alright, so the first category under future tense is the simple future tense. And of course, as its name suggests, it will be the simplest to understand and form. Under the simple future tense, the first formation we are going to learn is for the affirmative sentences. Now for the affirmative sentences, the formation is very easy. We use subject plus will or shall plus the verb. For example, here we have I will drink milk after dinner. I is the subject, will using it from here, and then drink is the verb. So the formation of the sentence, I will drink milk after dinner. Quite easy. The second category are the negative sentences. Now for the negative sentences, the only addition here will be not. The formation goes subject plus will not plus verb. So now the sentence would be changed to I will not drink milk after dinner. So I is the subject, will not plus verb, drink is the verb, drink milk after dinner, adding the action over here. Now the third category for interrogative sentences, for questions basically. How do we form that? We start off with will plus the subject plus the verb. So here we have will, you is the subject, drink is the verb, milk after dinner. So will you drink milk after dinner? It's quite easy. All we have to do here is use the word will at appropriate places along with the subject and the verb. Alright, let's move on to the next one.
Alright, so the next step we have is the future continuous tense. Let's see how it is formed. When we're talking about positive sentences, we have subject plus will plus be plus the verb plus ing and then the object. Since it is the continuous form, we will be having the verb plus ing. Then here in the negative sentences, subject plus will not or won't, be plus verb ing plus object. Then for a question, will, subject, verb, be, verb plus ing plus the object, and then of course the question. Alright, so this is the formation of future continuous tense. Let's see the uses now. Okay, so here we have the future continuous tense and its uses. We saw how it is formed. Let's see its uses. Like to tell about an interrupted action in future. Like if you reach my home before 8 a.m., the kids will be sleeping. Right. Then actions happening expected to continue, which means the actions which are happening right now and are expected to continue. Like the global carbon emissions will be rising even in 2025. Then parallel actions in future. Like I will be doing the laundry tomorrow, will be doing. Whilst my father will be cooking. So will be cooking is what? Is again the future continuous tense, and will be doing is also future continuous tense. So these are the parallel actions that will be happening in the future. Okay, so future continuous tense is used to show interrupted action in future, action happening right now expected to continue, or maybe some parallel actions that might happen. Alright. Okay, so here now we have future perfect and future perfect continuous. How are they formed? Future perfect is formed with will plus have plus the past participle, which is what? V3. Then we have perfect continuous. How is that formed? Will have been plus the verb ing. Since it is the continuous form, we use verb plus ing. And when is future perfect used? When we have to tell about an action that will finish before a certain event or time in future. Okay, now here you have to focus a little. Future perfect. We are talking about the future, but we are talking about some action that we know it will finish by some other action in the future. Okay, I will explain this with an example. Like here you see, by the end of the year, I will have graduated. Now, end of the year, and I will have graduated. First action, second action. Which action will take place first? First, I will graduate. Okay, this will happen first, and then by the end of this year, this will happen next. Okay, so the action, I know my graduation will happen before before the end of the year. So for this I will be using future perfect. Why? Because it was happening anyway before the end of the year, right? So although both of these are future actions, but in future also, which is happening first? The first action, which means the immediate action, जो future में पहले होगा, for that we use future perfect. Okay? Then we have future perfect continuous. Action that will continue until particular time or event in the future. Like, let's see, I will have been studying for 8 hours by 8 p.m. So I will be exhausted. Now the action that will continue until particular time, which means I will have been studying. So action is what? My study, which will be continuing until when? Until 8 p.m. So for that also we use future perfect continuous. Alright, now I hope their purposes and their meanings are clear. Let's move on. Here we have future perfect tense. How is it used? In the first person, second person and third person, positive, negative and questions. Like the subject, then we have will have and the V3 form. Okay. In perfect, in any perfect category, we always have the V3 form. Right. Then for negative, I will not or won't, which means the subject plus will not or won't have, and then again the V3 form. Then for a question, will plus the subject plus have plus V3. Alright, so this is valid for all the persons and all categories of questions or positive or negative sentences. Okay, so this one is future perfect continuous, our last form of tense. Here positive, negative and questions. How is this formed? Subject plus will have been plus the verb ing. Why ing? Because it is the continuous form, right? So then for negative, subject plus will not have been, which means won't have been. We include a not in between because negative sentence. Then the verb plus ing. Right. Then we have for a question, will plus subject plus have been plus verb ing. Alright. So this is valid again for all the category of persons, first, second, third, singular or plural. Alright. Okay, so now we finish off with the tenses. We have done all the 12 categories for present, past and future. Now we'll just give you a brief reading about what is V1, V2 and V3. V1 is the base form of the verb. Like when I ask you to tell me a verb, you tell me like study, read, walk, jog. So words like this. So that is called the base form of the verb. Then we have past simple, like which is formed by adding ed or ied, which we discussed, right? Then we have past participle. Now this is important, past participle used in the perfect forms. Okay, so we will be most importantly focusing on this. But however, what I have done in the next few slides is I have provided you the most common verbs which are used in our regular conversations, and I have provided a list of their V1, V2 and V3 forms. So I will just be going through the slides, just reading out a few verbs that there are. If you want to save them, you can take a screenshot of them and save them for future references. Just provided a list for you so that you have all the resources to answer the questions. Alright, they're obviously I cannot provide you with all the verbs because the list is not exhaustive. The verbs, there are so many verbs in English. I've just provided a few common verbs. Okay, let's see. Okay, here like we have, this is V1, V2 and V3. Okay, like for be, for the verb to be, the second form, the past simple is was or were, and for perfect is been. Then beat, beat, beaten. Become, became, become. Begin, began, begun. Bend, bent, bent. Okay, bet, bet, bet. These are some of the irregular verbs which remain the same. Alright. Then we have bid, bid, bid. Again remains the same. Bite, bit, bitten. Blow, blew, blown. Alright, so this is an example. I have provided a few more in the upcoming slides. I will just be reading the main verbs out to you. Okay, let's see. Like here the verbs are break, bring, build, burn, buy, catch, choose. Here we have come, cost, cut, dig, dive, do, draw, dream. Here you can take a screenshot or you can just go through them if you want. Pause the video and go through them. Drive, drink, eat, fall, feel, flight, find, fly, forget. I am not reading them out for you because it will become very monotonous. You can just go through them by pausing the video or you take a screenshot if you like. Alright. Forgive, freeze, get, give, go, grow, hang, have, here. Next up we have hide, hit, hold, hurt, keep, know, lay, lead. Here we have leave, lend, let, lie, lose, make, mean, meet, pay. Next up we have put, read, ride, ring, rise, run, say, see. Now here, although you see read, V2 and V3 form spells the same, but it is read as, here read, V2 is read and V3 is also read. Okay, there is a difference in the pronunciation. Here we have sell, send, show, shut, sing, sit, sleep, speak, spend. Here we have stand, swim, take and teach. Here we have tear, tell, think, throw, understand, wake, wear, win and write. Alright, with this we finish off with our broad concepts of tenses. Tenses is a little bit heavy yet very important chapter because without knowing tenses, a person is bound to make mistakes in speaking and writing and so it is and even understanding. All right, so it is very important that you know tenses very well to have a good command over the language and also to solve the questions of IEO, which is why we are doing these classes. Right now we'll just have one slide with quick revision. Here I've just put a flow chart taken from the internet which has tenses and its probable sentences in positive, negative and questions. Okay, now for present simple, you see we form with the subject, then the V1 form and the object. So like I prefer my coffee black, I don't prefer my coffee black, or do I prefer my coffee black? Present continuous, we have ing. She is listening the music now. She is not listening the music now. Is she listening the music now? For present perfect, again we have V3 and has rained. It has rained a lot lately. It has not rained a lot lately. Has it rained a lot lately? Then for present perfect continuous, again we have ing form but has been. So she has been singing a song. She has not been singing a song. Has she been singing a song? Now these are just examples. All right. We have done the broad formations. This is just a quick run through that you can go through. All right. For a basic quick understanding that how present simple, present continuous, present perfect continuous, then past simple, past continuous, past perfect and past perfect continuous. Then for future, future simple, future continuous, future perfect and future perfect continuous are formed. Alright, now I also don't expect you to understand all this in one go if you don't have certain prior knowledge of this. If you knew about tenses, then this class would have acted like a revision. But if you don't, and if you found some concepts to be new, I would request you to go back and revise those concepts again and then move on to the questions. Alright, now we will be starting off with the questions only. Alright, so now let's start the quiz जो भी हमने revise किया है. We will be applying it in our mock questions which will be as per the pattern of the IEO exam. Now let's test you, and you should also keep your pen and paper with you and make columns and start doing the quiz. अगर आपको लगता है कि अभी you have not completely understood, so you should go back and revise it first, and then we will start off with the quiz. So let's start. Alright, so for the quiz, what we will be doing is, now every question you will be given 1 minute. 1 minute means 60 seconds. Why am I giving you 1 minute? Because you see, your question paper of IEO, it has about 50 questions, and so you can imagine that you get more or less a minute to answer the questions. Now this 1 minute is the maximum that you should be taking for answering the question. Now suppose there could be two, three categories of students. First category is, suppose you answer the question within that 1 minute. So I would request you to fast forward the video and skip right to the answer. You should not be wasting your time. Alright. Now the other students who are not able to answer the question in 1 minute, what you do, you don't skip to the answer. You pause the video and you write down your answer. Alright, it is very important to answer each and every question because there is no negative marking. Here you see, for every incorrect answer, no points, because there is no negative marking in IEO, so it is important that you attempt all the questions. Now for a question of which you are not sure about the answer, now even here and even in the exam, if you are not sure about the answer and you maybe think that B option might be correct or C option might be correct, so you should in that case play your luck and play your mind and make a guess and still give an answer, because it is a win-win situation. Either you will get the marks for that question or you will get a 0, right? But if you don't attempt that question at all, then you are anyway getting a 0 in that, right? So it is good to attempt those questions, and even if you don't know all the answers, try to understand and take a guess. Okay, so this is for every correct answer 10 points. This is just for your own little game where you can try to maintain a notepad So here you write the name of the chapter and then the question, and then if it is correct, you can give yourself 10 points. If it is not correct, you mark it here. So it is important to see these questions. The ones which you mark incorrect, it is important to go back to them later and then see where you did the mistake. Alright, this is just for your reference. For every correct answer, you can give yourself 10 points. Alright, now let's start. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, so now we start off with the questions of tenses. Here the first category of question says fill in the blanks using correct tense forms. Let's see. Proteins dash carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. Contains, do contain, contain or does contain. Here the correct answer is proteins contain. We're talking about a general obvious truth, a fact. And so we are using simple present. In simple present, we're using contain and not contains. That's because proteins is plural. So with that, we just use contain. It's plural third person. Right. So we use proteins contain. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, now next, vitamins dash under protective foods. Come, have come or came. Again, this is what a general truth or fact that we are stating. This will be simple present and vitamins is plural. So which one will we use? Come. Vitamins come under protective foods. All right. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, here again, lack of iodine dash goiter. Now, goiter is a disease which is, caused by the lack of iodine. So here, this is again a general truth that we are talking about. So, lack of iodine causes, cause, in causing, or has caused. Now, the answer is A, causes. Lack of iodine causes. Now, why causes and not cause? Because you see, this lack of iodine, this is third person singular neutral. Okay, this is not plural. So, it is actually it. Any it comes under the category of third person neutral. So, so lack of iodine causes goiter. Okay. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, here my sister dash already dashed the food. Sister is already cooked the food, has already cooked the food, was already cooking the food, or D, did already cooked the food. Here the correct answer is has already cooked the food. Now already, we're talking about something that has already happened. Okay, so has already cooked the food. This is what? Present perfect. Then if you see the others, this is a simple, this is already, this is incorrect. Was cooking, past continuous, and did cooked. Did cooked doesn't really go together because with did, what do we use? The V1 form, and this is the V3 form, which is incorrect. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Alright, now next, we dash recently dash to a new house. We have recently shifted to a new house. We are recently shifting to a new house. We do recently shifting to a new house, or we will recently shifting to a new house. This is pretty easy. Correct answer is A. We have recently shifted to a new house. This is also present perfect. Okay, just action that has been just completed, like recently. Talking about the present perfect. Okay, so have shifted. Then the others are shifting is continuous, do shifting is also incorrect. सारे में सब में continuous form है, and here this is not an action that has been that is in process or something that has already happened. So we have recently shifted. Okay. So your time starts now. 45 seconds left. Thirty seconds left. Fifteen seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Alright, now next. Joe's cat dashed into the river yesterday. Fell into the river, was falling into the river, have fallen into the river, or is falling into the river. Now here we are talking about yesterday. Okay, yesterday. So an action that has already been completed. So Joe's cat A fell into the river yesterday. The others was falling, is falling. It's continuous. It was not a continuous. It was not a process or any action which was interrupted. Have fallen. You know this. First of all, the tense is incorrect, and also here the auxiliary verb have is also incorrect because Joe's cat is third person singular, and with that we use has. Even if we had to use this tense, we would have used has fallen. Okay, or we say had fallen, not have. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, now next, the guests dash yet, are not arriving yet, do not arrive yet, did not arrive yet, or have not arrived yet. So here, pretty easy, have not arrived yet. This is present perfect that we're talking about. See, yet. Something we're talking about in the present. So have not arrived yet. Others are not arrived. This is continuous form. Do not arrive. This is incorrect. This is, like some general truth, which is incorrect. Did not arrive yet. This is the past form. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, next. Megha dash basketball on Sundays. Play basketball, plays basketball, playing basketball, or did played basketball. Here the correct answer is, yes. The correct answer is Megha plays basketball on Sundays. Why? This is a simple present action which is, which happens on all the Sundays. So Megha plays basketball on Sundays. The other play, this is the V1 form. But here you see for simple present with Megha, Megha is third person singular. So with that we use the verb plus S. Then others, playing, this is the ing form. Did, played. Did, played together is incorrect. With did we use the V1 form and not the V2 or the V3 form. So with did will come play. Alright. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, so next, Rosa dash double consonant so far. Has not learned, does not learn, shall not learn, not learned. Pretty easy. Again, we're talking about so far. Something that hasn't happened like until now. So, Rosa has not learned double consonants so far. And what are we talking about? Present perfect. Others, be, does not learn. This is simple present. Shall not learn, future. And not learned. This is past tense. Okay. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Alright, now next, I dashed at the swimming pool at 7 a.m. yesterday morning. I am being at the swimming pool, I am at the swimming pool, I was being at the swimming pool, or I was at the swimming pool. Okay, so here we're talking about an action that happened the previous day, like yesterday, 7 a.m. yesterday morning. Okay, so this action has happened in the past. So I was at the swimming pool, simple past. Then the others you see, am, being, was being, these are like the continuous forms. Am is the present form, which is all incorrect. The correct answer is simple past. I was at the swimming pool at 7 a.m. yesterday morning. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. 15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Alright, now next, college students dash usually wear uniform. Don't usually wear uniform. Didn't usually wear uniform. Aren't usually wear uniform. Or D, haven't usually wear uniform. Here the correct answer is A. Don't usually wear uniform. Usually, we're talking about like a general truth. So college students don't usually wear uniform. The others like didn't, this is about the past. Aren't is used when we're talking about the state of being. Haven't is used as an auxiliary verb with the V3 form. And here we have where, which is the V1 form. Okay. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Alright, now next, dash you the newspaper every day. The options are you read the newspaper every day? Have you read the newspaper every day? Do you read the newspaper every day? Or were you read the newspaper every day? Now read is a verb for which the V1, V2, V3 forms, all of them are spelled as R-E-A-D. But the V1 form is said as read, and the V2 and V3 forms are pronounced as read. Okay, here the correct answer is C. Now every day, or talking about an action that happens every day, so this is simple present. Do you read the newspaper every day? Okay, then R, here the auxiliary verb is incorrect. Then have read, if you stick it as have read, this is a present perfect, which is also incorrect. Were you read, this is also incorrect. Okay. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Alright, now the next one. Ritesh dash already dash the news. Ritesh had already got the news. Ritesh is already getting the news. Ritesh does already get the news, or Ritesh was already getting the news. Now here the correct answer is Ritesh had already got the news. We are talking about something that has happened already. Okay, so Ritesh had already got the news. Other here getting, these are continuous forms. Does get, this is simple present. time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Alright, so now for the rest of the questions, what we have to do is we have to fill in the blanks using correct form of the verbs given in the brackets. So here you see we have to read this passage, and whatever the blanks say and this verb in the brackets, we have to conjugate accordingly. Let's see. Mama tiger and baby tiger dash out hunting in the jungle. Is out hunting, was out hunting, were out hunting, or had be out hunting. So it's pretty easy because you see mama tiger and baby tiger talking about plural. Okay, third person plural. So with third person plural, what fits is were. Mama tiger and baby tiger were out hunting in the jungle. All right. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, let's move on. They dash a very productive day. The verb here is have. The options are they have a very productive day, they have a very productive day, they were having a very productive day, or they had a very productive day. Here the correct answer is here. They had a very productive day. Okay, now had we're talking about this is past perfect. Had. Okay. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, now next, and dash down underneath a tree, sleeping off their meal, and dash in the warm afternoon sun. They had a very productive day and dash down underneath. The verb is lie. They were lying underneath. They lay down underneath. They had lain down underneath. Or they are lying down underneath. Now here, since I think you must have figured out that what we're talking about, we're talking in the past. When you're narrating a story, it's usually done in the past. So here they were lying. Okay. They were lying underneath a tree, sleeping off their meal. Sleeping off their meal, yes. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Sleeping off their meal and dash in the warm afternoon sun. And were relaxing and relaxed and relaxing, or and had relaxed in the afternoon sun. Here the correct answer, again we are talking what, and yes, and relaxing in the warm afternoon sun. Talking about an action that was taking place like in a continuous manner, so they were relaxing. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, now we have next. All of a sudden in the distance, the baby tiger dashed a hunter coming towards them. Okay, see, had seen, sees, or saw. Here the correct answer is saw. All of a sudden, the baby tiger saw a hunter coming towards them. Again, we use past tense. This is Okay, now we have next. All of a sudden in the distance, the baby tiger dashed a hunter coming towards them. Okay, see, had seen, sees, or saw. Here the correct answer is saw. All of a sudden, the baby tiger saw a hunter coming towards them. Again, we use past tense. This suddenly saw a hunter coming towards them. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Alright, now next, 19th. Mama, mama, dash up. You know, the verb is wake up. He dash. Okay. Mama, mama, wake up. Mama, mama, woke up. Mama, mama, had wakened. Mama, mama, were waking. It's pretty easy. Now this dialogue is in quotes. So obviously he'll say that in the present tense, right? So mama, mama, wake up. Okay. The V1 form, mama, wake up. Others woke. This is V2, V3 form, had waken. This is the past perfect, were waking, past continuous. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, next. 20th. Mama, mama, wake up. He dash. Now the verb is shout. He shouts, he was shouting, he would shout, or he shouted. Here, he shouted. Shouted what? Mama, mama, wake up. Alright. Shouts, this is simple present. Was shouting, past continuous. Would shout, future. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Alright, now next. They'll dash a hunter out to get us. Okay, the verb here is be. Let's see. There is a hunter out. There was a hunter out. There has been a hunter out, or there had been a hunter out. This is also pretty easy because you see these words are in this dialogue. It's in quotes. These are the exact words. So obviously this will be in the present tense. So there is a hunter out to get us. Okay. The others was, past tense, has been, present perfect, had been, past perfect. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. There is a hunter out to get us. Then here, dash child. The verb here is hush. Dash the mama tiger. So here mama tiger is, here say. So she's saying something what? Dash child. Again, this is what? This is a dialogue. So what will she say? Hush child. Present. Okay, so V1 form. Hushes is simple present. Hushed is simple past. V2 form. Was hushing is past continuous. Okay. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, next. Dash the mama tiger. Say. The verb is say. Says the mama tiger, was saying the mama tiger, will say the mama tiger, or said the mama tiger. Pretty easy. Said the mama tiger. Okay. Hush child, said the mama tiger. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, next. But mama dash the youngster. Here the verb is squeak. Squeak, squeak, squeaked or had squeaked. Here the correct answer is squeaked the youngster. Again, past tense. Okay, like said, squeaked. We're narrating a story, right? So most of the verbs will be conjugated in the past tense. But mama squeaked the youngster. Squeak is the V1 form. Squeaks is simple present. Had squeaked is past perfect. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, But Mama, squeaked the youngster. He dashed at least 3 rifles, some special computerized sighting scopes and other high-tech devices to dash him. Okay. So he dashed at least 3 rifles. The verb here is have. He have at least, he had at least, he had at least, or he has at least. Okay, so here the correct answer is he has at least, because we talking about the present. This he is narrating that there's this hunter who has at least 3 rifles and who has at least 3 rifles, some special computerized sighting scopes, etc. Okay. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, next. And other high-tech devices to dash him dash. Okay, verb is let. To let him see, to was letting him see, to had let him see, to has let him see. This is pretty easy because see here you have to, and here we will be conjugating with the V1 form only. So to let him dash. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, again. The 27th one, to let him dash in the dark. To let him sees in the dark, let him saw in the dark, let him was seeing in the dark, or let him see in the dark. Pretty easy, let him see in the dark. Talking about the infinitive. And sees is simple present, saw is past, was seeing is past continuous. Okay. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. We dash Here do. We doomed, we dooms, we have doomed or we are doomed. Pretty easy. This one says we are doomed. You know, हम तो अब गए. So we are doomed. Okay. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, now 29th one. Watch dash the mama tiger. Here, say. You are say. Says the mama tiger, said the mama tiger, say the mama tiger, or had said the mama tiger. Pretty easy again. Watched, said the mama tiger. Past tense. Says is simple present, says the V1 form, had said is past perfect. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Here, watch, said the mama tiger, and dash, and pretty easy, and learn. Okay, sort of giving an instruction. You know, watch and learn. Okay. Others you see, be learned is V2 form. Will learn is the future form. Shall learn again the future form. Okay. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, now here we have fill in the blanks using correct tense forms. These are the last 5 questions that we have to do. And 31 to 35, these questions are the HOTS questions. Let's see. Don't disturb. I dash trying to concentrate since 2 p.m. I am trying to, I was trying to, I have been trying to, or I have trying to. Now here you have to remember that whenever we talk of certain duration, like here since 2 p.m. okay, that's when you are going to use perfect continuous tense. So here I have been trying. This present perfect continuous, I have been trying to concentrate since 2 p.m. Okay. The others, I am trying, these are just auxiliary verbs given for you to confuse you. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, here neither he nor I dash to be blamed for this blunder. Are to be blamed, were to be blamed, is to be blamed, or am to be blamed. Here the correct answer is neither he nor I am. I am to be blamed. With I, pretty easy use am. I am to be blamed for this blunder. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, here I dash tired, so I decided to rest. I am tired, I've been tired, I had been tired, or I have tired. Here the correct answer is I had been tired. Past perfect. Why? Because you see here decided. So talking about the past. So past perfect. I had been tired, so I decided to rest. Okay. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, now next. Don't come now, we are going out. There dash nobody at home. There are nobody at home, will nobody at home. there were nobody at home, or there will be nobody at home. Okay, so here the correct answer is D. Pretty easy. There will be nobody at home. Asking don't come now, we are going out. So if you'll come, there will be nobody at home. Talking about the future. Okay. So your time starts now. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Alright, now next, they dash all the money, so they had to walk back home. Spend all the money, spends all the money, spending all the money, or had spent all the money. Here the correct answer is B, had spent. Talking about past, this is past perfect. Okay, some action. When do we use past perfect? This action happened in the past, and also this also happened in the past. Two actions. But which action happened, first in the past? So first was they had spent all the money. Because the spending of money will be conjugated in the past perfect. Then so they had to walk back home. Alright. The other spend is the V1 form. Spends is the simple present. Spending is the verb plus ing form. Alright. So with this we finish off our questions on tenses.
That's all for our class in tenses. I hope you have understood these. I know it was a pretty lengthy one, but it is very important to understand the differences so that you don't make any mistake in them. Alright, I will see you the next time. Till then, keep revising. Thank you for watching.